Hey everyone, we are back with Pancake Draws. I'm Pancake. Today's video is a commission for a YouTuber by the name of Sbriser, I believe is how you pronounce it. I guess he is kind of like a gaming channel from Italy. He contacted me about a week ago asking if I could do a YouTube banner for him. And he was actually one of like the best commissioners I've got, besides like friends that I've done commissions for, in terms of just like how understanding and easy to work with he was. Yeah, and then so I basically, what he wanted was a kind of dragon-sized or enlarged version of his cockatiel Lucky, I believe was the name of the bird, and just having him riding on top of it with like clouds and mountains in the background. So that is what I did. And this was my first time trying a bird, so as you can see by that first rough sketch, I had no idea what I was doing. But luckily I have a few friends in a Discord art server that I'm a part of their community, and one of them knows a lot about birds and bird anatomy, so they helped me out, and that really made this commission a lot easier to do. And I think, in my opinion, I think the cockatiel turned out pretty well, seeing as it's one of my first times I've drawn a bird recently. Like, I know you can draw them when you're like a little kid and stuff, but this was the first time I've drawn one for money, so I was a little bit like, I don't know if it'll turn out well or not, but luckily for me it did turn out. And then there's Sbriser, whatever his actual name is, riding on top of the bird there. So the commission itself was a banner commission, which I said normally wouldn't do. This was a special case. I probably will do YouTube banner commissions still, but for the meantime, I have a lot of projects I need to work on right now. Some things that need to get done in like the next 10 days for a convention I'm going to. I'm not actually like having a table there, but there are some artists that were going to be there that I want to give gift art to, like Tyson Hess was one of them. So until like maybe June, I'm probably not going to be taking any commissions, but if you're interested in commissioning me, you can always message me, and then that way when I do have the chance to, you'll be one of the first people to get one done. I'm also working on a secret project thingy for a friend's game that I really can't talk too much more other than that for. So that's another thing that's going to be taking up some time. Then I have a couple t-shirt designs I want to do, and some more fan art pieces that I have on a list. I actually have, like, my monitor is just loaded with sticky notes around it right now of things I need to do, and I'm slowly trying to work through that list there. But yeah, I did say I wouldn't do YouTube banner commissions, but I've talked to a few people who do YouTube banners, and they've showed me like you don't actually have to do the really ridiculous size for the TV ones, because not many people are going to see those anyway, so you can just leave those bars black, and all you have to do is the 423 by like 1500 resolution rectangle to get everything. Of course, I times that resolution by 10 because I always work at high resolution, so this file was like 25,000 pixels by 4,000 pixels, which is really big, but it means the line art was nicer quality. I was happy with how it turned out, the commissioner was happy with how it turned out, and all in all, just that way it felt more like how I normally ink things, because when I work on smaller resolutions, I have to use a much smaller pen size, and I find that when you have to use a small pen size, it does affect your line work quality. And when I do a tutorial for line art at some point, I will bring that point up and show you what I mean. Of course, Brian Allen from Flyland Designs has already gone over that as well, but I find not everyone that follows this channel follows him, even though you should. And so it's best to show them what he means from my channel as well. But I would recommend checking out his stuff too. The banner itself was pretty fun to do, actually. it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be, because luckily when I was looking for references of like riding on birds, because I just didn't really know how to draw that, I forgot that Skyward Sword, probably one of my least favorite Zeldas, but lucky for me, it had a lot of concept art and such of people riding on birds. And that made it a lot easier to see how a person would sit on there, what kind of harness to use. Like that harness that you see on the bird right now was very much inspired slash just straight ripped off from the one they used on Skyward Sword. But it did help me learn how like rope and like leather straps work a bit, so that's good. I would say that probably the line art is what took me the longest on this piece. Apologies for that. I had to go let my dog outside because she was whining, and I didn't hear her until now. But yeah, the line art on this piece definitely took me the longest, but I liked how it turned out. We're starting the coloring process here. I took the colors that he gave me off the reference of his Minecraft sprite, but then of course I desaturated them a bit, because even though they looked fine on that that Minecraft character, once you actually put them on like how I normally color stuff, I realized how overly saturated the colors were. Actually, I did spend a lot of time on the bird, like on the inking part, but I would say coloring the bird is what actually took the longest time, because his cockatiel was actually very yellow for the most part with a lot of white, but he had a lot of different colored splotches on him, which meant I actually had to go back and use multiply to shade this one, instead of normally what I do is I just pick colors and go from there. But because the colors changed so much on this bird, I had to use the multiply layer in order to make it a little bit easier on myself. I still highlighted with one color without using overlay, but I think originally I did have it on overlay, and then I just turned it off and used a light peach color to highlight it here. And I don't quite remember, I don't think I recorded quite all the video. I think I got the background on there, but I might not have. Actually, yeah, I don't think I recorded me doing the background, just because there's a little bit of clouds with like some texturing grunge. But that was, I didn't find that people were going to be too interested in watching me draw or do the background for it, because like I said, it was pretty simple. This was a fun commission though, and he was a great commissioner to me, and I would definitely work for him again, no questions asked there. And with that, we are going to end today's episode here. Remember to thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you don't, and subscribe if you want more. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Paincaked, and until next time, stay cool everyone.